Hey all, it's Baby Bear from 1008, and I'm doing this video on tactics researching because a lot of new players are going to wonder what this event is, and you can't do this event until you're Keep 36, so keep that in mind that it is definitely a long-term play type game, and if you are a long-term player, definitely consider going to 36 before your other teammates, because if you can stay at the top 10, you'll always get free rewards. And it is difficult to get 36, I will not lie. However, once you get this research, it is a game changer. The rewards aren't as good as Blood Knight Trial or the Refining event. However, those civilization treasures are very hard to get, and they add up and they really give you good boosts. So here are some tips to help maximize efficiency for your research, and this applies for the regular academy as well, but always make sure you have your Monarch gear on for the research. You also want to make sure that your talent is selected for research. These will help cut down the speed costs because these research costs are going to be much higher than you're used to. So the next thing that we're going to do while we take a tour in this lovely Japanese keep that I always have on, we will go to the military academy, and you'll see here that we're going to select a duty officer. Now, my research officer is not the greatest, so I usually just use my highest general, which is the princess. And when I select her to the duty, she is an extra 20% for the research speed. So I think that's the max. It might be 30, but 20% is good enough. So next we're going to select the dragon skill, which a lot of people might not have yet. This is a skill that is under active skills when you get Dragon 10 with the Celtic Demon. So it's an extra 15% for construction and research. It lasts 8 hours, and then you have a cooldown, a 24-hour cooldown. So just make sure when you're using this skill that you're being efficient with it and making sure that you're doing your upgrades together so that you're not wasting. And the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to choose the civilization treasure that has the research percentage, and it is this guy here, and that's 12%. So of course, as we build up our civilization boost, we're going to keep getting higher research buffs for that. And I think if you haven't seen the types of research on military tactics, I can just kind of show you a couple so that you can kind of see how it is, quite different than the other academy. And you'll see here the buffs on them are pretty high, especially on the reductions. And these are pretty costly researches. I mean, there will be times where you have 250 days that you're having to spend on it, and then the gold amount is pretty astronomical. I went through 4 billion gold. I know it's pretty gross, but I save up all of my gold, and I save up everything to do this event. I do not do my tactic researching until this event happens. And so that will be the best way that you'll maximize your research. Now, there will be other people that just want to, max out whatever they have as soon as possible because they're very competitive. They want to have the highest buffs in SVS. And that's totally, your gameplay. If you want to play that way, all you. I even, for this last SVS, you'll see the video on it. I hit a 2 billion keep. And before I hit that 2 billion keep, you better believe I did a couple of the tactic researches because there was some reductions that I wanted to get, and there was some extra range attacks that I added on there. So definitely it's best to wait until the event, but of course, you got to do what you got to do. One thing that I also want to add is that this is not just for PvP. If you are a monster player, which I am, I love playing monsters, and I know that my alliance, we have so many monster players. If you want to get to that next level, definitely need to get the tactic research for cavalry. They have specific researches for monsters, and I will say that I have upgraded my monster game like no other when I started getting this research. Now, of course, you can always build more cavalry to hit those monsters. However, this is what I always want to remind people is that you never want to be too top heavy with cavalry, especially if you do end up playing PvP, because what ends up happening to our monster players is that they get speed hit during SVS and they just get pummeled. If they don't ghost out their cavalry, they're dead, right? So just remember that you can build a lot of cavalry, but you have to be really careful with how you play during PvP. So the one thing that I always do is I keep my keep balanced, but doing this research definitely helped me kill, the boss 15s and the 16s with the rally. And now that our alliance has, I think, 7 or 8 T14 now, hopefully we can tackle that typhoon. That has been our biggest goal and end game. And hopefully if we kill the 17, I hope Evony comes out with higher monsters, because we always want to keep getting better rewards and killing higher monsters. And we have a really awesome monster alliance, and I absolutely love it. That is basically the sum of the tactics researching. Let me know if I forgot anything or missed anything. One thing I did forget, oh, there is Medusa, by the way. The reason why I did this whole video was for Medusa. Congratulations, he got 36 and I'm so proud of him. He asked if there was any tips or advice, and I made this video just for that, because people are probably wondering how to do this event, and just gave you the lowdown. Hopefully you learned something from it. One thing I did forget was, if you do the barbarian event or the pyramid event, you can win castles that give you construction and research buffs. You'll also see here that I get to double dip and get research speed up rewards and gold rewards. And also, if I wanted to, I could have waited for the Monarch event for city development. However, I usually get first place in Monarch event during SVS, so I tend to not play Monarch event the other alternate week so that somebody else can win it. So that is it in a nutshell. So hopefully you guys learned something, and I will see you guys later. Bye.